That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to Camp Strange, episode 45, actually. And I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm the other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, strange, wacky, and weird into your lives. And we don't mess around here. We get into these stories. So let's get into these stories because, David, I have a question for you.
Hit me with the question.
Do you know what this sound is?
I'm excited.
Because you always hit me with some Sasquatchy sounds.
Yeah, okay, let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so at first I thought it was Rubber Johnny.
No, it's not Rubber Johnny.
Not Rubber Johnny.
Robert Johnny is fucking scary.
You can see where I was going with that.
Yes.
My honest, if I'm being serious, my real guess is that is some type of recording of what like letters would make a sound and it spells something out. It's some type of code, but no. Is it a llama fucking a raccoon?
That height difference doesn't make sense.
Exactly. That's why you get that sound. In a cave. Did I add in a cave?
No, that was the sound of a sea lion singing the Star Wars theme song.
Can you play it again?
Yeah, let me go back one sec. But apparently, they taught the sea lion. So like the first thing you heard was a recording of the Star Wars theme song, and then it was the next part was him trying to replicate.
Yeah, I didn't hear any Star Wars in that.
So he was pretty close.
Yeah, really close.
So
Don't let George Lucas know.
The trainer said,
Another fucking Jar Jar Binks that's a goddamn seal.
like the trainer says, copies were not perfect, but given that these are not typical sea lion noises, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, sure. Fuck out of here.
It's really bad.
Can't wait to see how J.J. Abrams works that into the next one. Who's making the next one?
But
who made the next one?
Katie and I we went to Star Wars. I mean, we didn't go to Star Wars Land. We went to Disneyland, but they wouldn't let us in Star Wars Land because you need passes.
Yeah, it's a whole nother
but
world.
They let any goddamn sea lion just stroll in there.
He come through clapping his big old flippers, eating fish?
I literally sing that song to him. And yeah.
You're lucky they didn't kick you out.
They made me
overall.
They built me a statue next to Walt. Now it's me holding Walt's hand instead of Mickey.
Yeah, about the same height.
Fuck you.
Roasted.
Anyway, what's your news story?
Oh, mine was that considered your news story?
That's news, baby.
That's news, baby.
That's Sky News.
All right, so we have Japanese zoo staff chase a furry fake lion to simulate an escape drill.
Say that again. What'd you just say?
Yeah, the Japanese zoo staff, they were doing a little escape drill in case a lion ever got out, and they had a real furry boy jump in there in a lion suit, and boy, did they rough him up.
Okay, wait. Was it a man running on all fours?
It was a man running on all twos.
In a lion costume?
In a lion costume, and boy, they roughed him up.
They beat him up?
Yeah, they killed him. They shot him in the back with a rifle.
With a trank dart?
It was ethical. They hit the spine. He's dead.
Okay. But did they actually kick the shit out of him?
I didn't watch the video, but there's a video of a comically small minivan, like a minivan, the smallest minivan you've ever seen. And the guy in the suit is laying on the ground, and there's someone inside of the minivan with this large pole, kind of like what you see in Jurassic Park when they're trying to catch the velociraptors.
Oh, yes.
And they've got him pinned.
So okay, so I was gonna say, there's no way this guy's fighting, like these people are learning how to fight a lion by fighting a man in a costume.
But you can see some very confused lions in the back.
Oh, they're watching. So they wanted him to watch just in case, like, don't fucking try this.
You do this and we'll shoot you in the back with a rifle.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's a deterrent. I get it.
Yeah.
I get what they're doing. I mean, Japan's They have a lot of they have a lot of suits over there. Like I've seen some like videos of their downtown Tokyo, and there's some people in some costumes, big Pikachus, and
So they did tranquilize the man.
they fucking tranquilized him.
It says a lion escapes from the zoo enclosure and charges into the net-wielding member of zoo staff before being tranquilized and captured.
I don't think you can shoot
Yeah,
a man.
I think that was just a joke.
The whole thing seems like a joke. I don't know if like
The last sentence says no humans or animals were hurt during the drill, but I don't buy it.
that's kind of weird.
In the
that
back, there's a guy just punching the shit out of an orangutan. There's no one here to see this. Fuck you.
To be fair, the orangutan has a longer reach, so he should be putting up a better fight.
Not when his hands are tied behind his back with banana peels.
He can fight with his feet. He's by.
His feet are hands. Fuck.
It's true. So, well, good news. Well, also, I have one more story, and
Okay.
I think this was last week. In my very little hometown, in this article, it says picturesque town, Petaluma, California. We held, which we do every year, the world's ugliest dog contest.
Hell yeah. I didn't know that happened there.
Yeah, so
Fuck yeah.
So on
Do they have the most handsome dog? Because I will go down there with my boy.
they don't have the most handsome dog.
He's so dashing.
But at the Sonoma Marin Fairgrounds, and that's up in Northern California, they hold the ugliest dog competition, and they really want you to go get a rescue. That's what they promote, you know.
Yeah.
But
Don't breed the ugliest dog.
But
Find one that's been real fucked up.
but the winner, so people come from all over. I think there's 10 contestants. They narrow it down to 10, and the winner gets $1,500, a trophy the size of a Rottweiler, and a future appearance on the Today Show. So that's pretty cool.
A Roddy-sized fucking trophy. I don't
know
where
if I
I'd
would
put
want that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whoa.
I don't.
Can I at least put a bottle opener on it?
Maybe, but I'm trying to see. Okay, this is my favorite quote. So it says, "quote unquote," judges are looking for special attributes like hanging tongues,
Yeah.
slobber drool, the more the better,
Snaggletooth?
maybe unusual patches of skin or hair.
That skin is just rising up on that hair.
So they really want like the most fucked up dog they could find. And last year's champion was an English bulldog named Zaza, with a tongue that hung nearly to the ground. And she endeared the judges herself when she sneezed and drooled all over them, apparently.
Fuck yeah.
So the judges love it. I think they're gluttons for, drool and slobber. These dogs look fucked up, though.
Yeah, wasn't there one dog that, like, just cleaned house for, like, a decade?
Yeah. I forget what it was named. Like, Shit Stack? I'm joking. It's not named Shit Stack, but it looked like one. But I don't know. These dogs... They're cute in their own way. I kind of like ugly dogs, but...
there's a range. There's cute dogs, and there's dogs that are so ugly that they're cute. You don't want to be in the middle.
Well, there's dogs that are ugly because they're cute, like pugs and bulldogs. They're kind of like squishy face, but then there's like dogs that are like, they look like they're going to die.
Yeah, it's adorable.
And those are the ones that win this competition. So.
Hollywood loves that death look.
It's true. So, yeah, Petaluma, California. Shout out if you guys want to go check out some ugly dogs next year.
I'm down.
I don't know who won this year, but, I mean, I can only imagine.
You didn't place your bet?
I can only imagine.
You didn't do a fantasy league?
I should have. I didn't know it was happening this week.
Yeah.
So I missed out.
So my next one is the U.S. government blocks League of Legends in Syria and Iran amid escalating tensions.
Why? What's wrong with League of Legends?
They're just like, oh, you want to play our American game? Fuck you.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Really? Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Because, it's all of the government in those areas, in those countries are playing a lot of League of Legends. So let's really punish.
I was about
let's
to
punish
say,
them.
Yeah.
Not the civilians. Civilians don't play the game. So we don't have to worry about them being punished.
The game developers like, 12-year-olds run that country, right? We're going to really get back at them. They're going to not know what to do.
Yeah.
When they can't get a Hearthstone. I'm just saying things.
Yeah.
I don't know about League of Legends, but I know they have a lot of skins.
Yeah, Hearthstone is a completely different game.
Shut up. I don't know.
But, the ban hasn't stopped people from using VPNs.
Oh, that's true.
So,
virtual private networks.
Yeah, use NordVPN. Our code is Camp Strange. I'm kidding.
We We're not sponsored by
That's a free one for you.
for Nord.
For Nord. Yeah, but yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that's as long as they got porn, right?
Yep.
So that's all that really matters.
Aside from the podcast, it's the only reason I have a laptop.
Well, anyway, let's get into our sponsor for this episode, which is, again, Spring Heel Jack Coffee Company. They have great coffee. You guys should go check them out. They're amazing. springheeljack.coffee. They have great prices. They have great coffee. And you can buy them on Amazon with Amazon Prime. So
That makes everything. I wish everybody'd fucking do that.
yeah, and it's
My God.
and it's only like $13 a bag, which is like really good for good coffee prices. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get it shipped to you for free.
The other day, I was on Big Dog, the clothing company, their website, because you can't buy it on Amazon. I want that Big Dog shirt on my skin in 2 days or less. And I've been sitting here for a week waiting for my Big Dog shirt.
So next time you order your Big Dog shirt 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And your Spring Heel Jack 2 days before you get the Big Dog shirt.
Exactly.
And you're just going to have a great Friday.
Amazon Prime has just ruined fucking everything for me.
So go to springheeljack.coffee. They have great flavors like Black Phillip, Reanimator, High Strangeness. Yes, that is a flavor. That is not sponsored by us. That's not
Can it
like
be?
inspired by us, but hey, it just happened to work out. And like Old Scratch, and they have a couple other good ones. The Hessian, Abominable Snowman. They have a lot of good stuff. Some pretty cool merch as well. So go check them out. They're awesome. And they sponsor us. So, cool.
We need to send them like 2 of our shirts, and they can send us 2 of their shirts.
I agree with that. We should do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, David, do you have something to
Oh,
say
I was just
before
going
we-
to point out because as we were sitting in your living room before, for whatever reason, on June 24th, one of your neighbors is celebrating something and setting off fireworks. So if you do hear a large boom in the background, that is not our intention. Just wanted to point that out in case we caught any of that.
It's they're big fireworks too. They're kicking.
They're loud as shit.
If I was a dog, I would not be happy.
No.
So, okay, well, I guess let's get into these stories. Let's stop wasting time. Okay, and
I feel like that was really loaded against me in the firework comment.
no, that's not.
Shit, I'm just trying to bring quality in
Let's
here.
stop blowing this out of proportion.
Fuck you.
Anyway, so so this week I wanted to do a little bit of a listicle. You know, I haven't done a listicle in a while, and I thought, what's list worthy? And I thought, well, death is list worthy,
Yeah.
and strange is list worthy. So I found the not 10 but 11
Whoa.
strangest deaths in history.
Can you just say 10 with a bonus?
10 a baker's bonus.
A baker's bonus.
I know Baker does in 13, but
A
11.
baker's mistake.
Yeah, exactly. My dad was a baker. He calls me a mistake.
Yeah, you're the 11th.
So, I'm going to be reading you 11 little tidbits. Some are a little bit longer than others, but they're 11 little weird deaths, and trust me, they're all very weird.
Are they sexy?
Some are sexy.
Ugh, fuck yes.
Actually, I don't know if any are sexy.
I'll find a way to make it
It
sexy.
depends on what you think is sexy. I don't know. So let's get into this first one real quick. And this is maybe my favorite one. I just thought it was so interesting. So Jose Luis Ochoa, 35, of Lamont, California, was a man who loved sports, betting, and animals. So he thought, hey, why not mash all my hobbies together and make a little money? So he started training what? What did he start training, David? I heard
He started training therapy dogs.
he did not start training. You would think with all those hobbies, but he actually started training roosters to cockfight.
I thought you said he loved animals.
Oh, I mean, you gotta love an animal to train it, right?
There's no love without pain.
Exactly. you gotta trick him into fighting even harder for you. That's why you gotta pretend like you love him. So now I don't exactly know Jose's record or anything, but word on the street was that it was a very short career, as Jose was busted for quote unquote training an animal to fight, which is illegal apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe just in California, but you could train. But remember, you talked about how like attack dogs you could train. I guess that's not fighting. That's defending, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think you ever. I don't know. Do you train attack dogs?
yes. Well, like the Germans do when they use like the German.
We're not talking about the Germans.
Die, and then they Well,
Well, okay. So I mean, there's difference between like training dogs that are police doggos.
Yeah, that's more of like, and it's also more of a defense thing, I guess. Like if a guy's hitting me, like bite him.
Yeah.
So, but he got busted for training an animal to fight and ended up paying a hefty fine for it. It actually wasn't that hefty. It was like $380, but like I didn't want to have anybody be like, maybe that's not that bad.
That's really not that bad.
I should go train some animals. I don't know. So
was that per animal or just a general?
They just said 380.
Huh.
But
Okay.
I mean, he probably got all of his animals taken away. So, which he paid good money for those roosters.
Oh yeah.
So now Jose was out of the training game, but that didn't mean he was out of the betting game. So he continued to go down to the cockfighting ring on a daily basis and place his bets. This day was a little different, though. Apparently, one of the trainers was feeling extra creative that day and decided to strap a knife-like spur to the leg of one of his prize-fighting roosters.
Fuck yeah.
I'm just thinking of like a cowboy, basically, at this point.
A little hat.
I'm thinking, howdy, partner. So, it's hard to say what exactly happened next, but the cops did show up to the illegal cockfight, and everyone scattered, including Jose.
I don't want to do illegal shit, but God, I would love to do a good old police scatter.
That's not... Oh, you mean, okay.
Like when the police come and everybody just runs in different directions?
Just like pretend like you're 18 and just go hang out with some 18-year-olds and have some beers in a park.
I didn't have beer until I was 21.
That's interesting to see. If you're in the park with 18-year-olds and you're drinking, that's
way bigger. That's a bigger scatter.
It's actually still illegal. I was just saying like pretend like you're 18, but you're actually doing something more illegal than underage drinking.
Exactly.
So just do it anyway.
In college, I was the guy that always talked to the cops when they got there.
Oh, you could just hold it together the best?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the problem?
Oh, that's a cool gun. Can I hold it?
Hey, that shiny male. Come here.
Let me wear your badge.
That male bites it in half.
Can I make a card or the woo thing?
So Jose successfully ditched the cops. Hey, he's good. And but the next time he was seen, he was at the hospital 2 hours later, dead.
How'd he get there?
So
the chicken carry him there?
He ran, or maybe he ran some of the way, and then he got an Uber or something. It bled all over the Uber.
What year is this?
I don't know what year this was actually. Okay. I think it was recent though, because all the articles were like pretty recent. Apparently, the rooster had gotten close enough to Jose when they all scattered. I don't know if this was before they scattered or after they scattered, but the rooster got close enough to him with his knife leg to slice open his calf. So he sliced his calf open with this thing. And now, along with the running immediately following the injury, my guess is that the wound possibly got larger and like split and bled more. And by the time he got to the hospital, he had already lost a large amount of blood, along with the doctors not being able to stop the bleeding on his calf. And he actually bled out right there in the hospital. And they say every dog has his day, but sometimes the knife rooster gets one too.
You want to hear my feedback on this one?
Yes, I do.
I gotta say, karma. Yeah, I've worked really hard on that.
Wait, shawarma?
Karma.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's like if Michael Vick, got like attacked by a
mauled
dog.
by the dogs.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Knife Rooster is pretty cool, though, I have to say.
Sounds like a good band name.
Spirit Animal?
Yeah.
Did anybody say Spirit Animal? So let's go to the next death. And like these next three are a little bit shorter, and then I have a little bit of a longer one. Not that long, but these are going to be varying in length. Some are just a sentence long. Some are multiple sentences. So next death. After watching the Kung Fu Capers episode of The Goodies, which was a British TV show, Alex Mitchell laughed continuously for 25 minutes and then fell dead on his sofa from heart failure.
Wow.
So he laughed
What's the
hard.
name of the show that killed this guy from being so funny?
The Goodies.
Okay.
And the episode was called Kung Fu Capers.
Okay.
So it's a bad show, right?
I feel like you gotta go watch it now.
No, we kind of have. It's like I feel like I was thinking about that. I was like, I'm kind of scared to watch it. Is it that funny?
It can't be.
I could have heart failure. He laughed for 25 minutes straight.
Yeah, my heart's on a real sketchy term at the moment.
I've never laughed that hard or that long.
I've laughed pretty hard, but
okay,
I've never died.
I laughed so hard I can't breathe, but heart failure. Anyway, and it's BBC too, so like we're just not gonna get it once we watch it.
It's 50-50. It's either really funny or not.
He's
for
like,
me with British comedy.
me Bobby got stuck in the cherry hole, and everyone's like, what? What is that? Was that a euphemism? What?
Exactly.
Yeah. So next death, Sam Ballard, 29, died from angiostrongyliosis.
Hilarious.
It's pretty funny. After eating a garden slug as a dare.
Oh, I remember that.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, let me finish this. Angiostrongyliosis is an infection by a roundworm of the Angiostrongylus type, apparently from Wikipedia, and symptoms vary from none to mild to meningitis. So,
Yeah.
do you want to know the? Wait, sorry.
Well, I was just saying, I remember seeing the headline, but I don't know any details
Well,
about it.
Do you want to know the kicker about this one?
Yeah.
He ate the slug 8 years prior.
Whoa.
Yeah, he ate the slug on a dare.
It's a slow death.
8 years prior, and this worm killed him 8 years later because of that.
How do you narrow that down? They're just like, okay, it's like,
I think they found the worm like inside. It's a parasite,
yeah.
so it's a roundworm. So I think they found it like probably burrowed in
It's
his
almost like his little son.
heart or something.
8 years is a long time to spend with a parasite.
It makes you really think. Like I remember,
It makes you think who you can trust.
I remember these Girl Scouts in my like class talking about how they went on a camping trip and they licked a banana slug or something,
yeah.
and it makes your tongue numb.
Yeah.
Really makes you really rethink that situation. That was about 8 years ago. I'm
Well,
joking. It wasn't 8 years ago.
I'm trying to
but,
think
like,
of what 8 years ago was. 2011.
Yes. No, that wasn't 8 years ago. But like what you did 8 years ago, are you trying to think of?
2011 wasn't 8 years ago?
No. I'm saying Girl Scouts.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying I was in college 8 years ago.
I didn't know Girl Scouts when I was 19. That's illegal. You can't know Girl Scouts.
You can't do that.
No, you can't know them then.
No.
So, but yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just saying, I ate a lot of weird shit in college.
Any slugs?
Maybe. I don't know. I might be
You
dead.
better go take some
I might
baby
die
aspirin.
soon.
Baby aspirin. Let's jump to this next one though. Edward Archbold, 32, of West Palm Beach, Florida, choked on anthropod body parts during a cockroach eating contest.
Oof.
So that's another little.
That's a
insect-
contest you don't sign up for.
It's Florida.
Yeah. Was he in a frat? Was it a frat thing?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It says it was Thanksgiving at his house.
Oh, so they ate a lot of cockroaches.
Oh, it was a cockroach eating.
Uncle Donnie has the record. He wins every year. I gotta beat him this time.
But like, that's fucking gross. Why is everybody eating all these bugs? And
I don't
choking
even like stepping on those fuckers when I'm walking out like downtown. Like
Honestly, I
eating
fucking
one?
saw one today, and I hate. Oh my god, I was taking a shit one time.
Yeah.
Just one time only.
Only.
And I was barefoot
Where were you?
in this house.
Yeah.
On my toilet.
Yeah.
And I was barefoot. Oh no, I remember. I was just in my underwear, and a cockroach ran
You
out.
shit with your underwear on?
It
I
was
take mine off. I hang on the
it was-
doorknob every time.
Don't come in. I'm making love. So, but I remember it was around my ankles, and a cockroach.
You're not a calf guy. You don't have it on the calf.
No, that's in public restrooms. You don't fucking. I try to stretch my legs out so far in public restroom to make sure my pant bottom doesn't touch the fucking
Yep.
piss floor.
Yep.
Anyway, the fucking cockroach ran out from underneath the toilet, and it like touched my foot, and I was in a very awkward situation where I wanted to get out of that bathroom, but I had a shitty butt. And
That was the cockroach's plan the whole time.
I had a shitty
You
butt.
want to get up there and get all up in
Yeah,
there.
and then if I ran out, I'm basically just completely naked and
Yeah.
it's with a shitty butt and cockroach on my foot.
Well, shit, I remember I killed a cockroach in this living room once.
You did?
Yeah,
We've only had like
everybody's-
2 cockroaches though. Just we're
Okay.
not a cockroach house.
Living in LA, no matter where you are, you're gonna find at least one cockroach if you live there long enough. They're fucking everywhere, no matter how nice or how new the place is. They're
When
gonna
it
be
gets
there.
hot, they come out.
Yeah, they don't come out, but they move in.
True. Locust hit me in the head yesterday.
That's not that. What's wrong with a locust?
It just scared me.
Yeah.
Just bugs, big bugs coming out in general, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't fuck with cockroaches, especially when they start flying. Oh,
They don't fly here.
no, but like some do.
That's like the fucking
Like the big beetles.
Madagascar cockroach, the
Yeah.
hissing cockroach. Those ones fly, but I don't think the
Can
California
these ones fly a little bit?
No, I don't think
like
so.
a chicken where like they get a
They
little
don't
bit off the
glide.
ground.
I don't think they do.
Oh my
I
god!
could be wrong.
Do we have cockroach fights? Cockroach fights?
I don't think so. I don't.
Cock-
I don't think they have any means of like fighting. I don't. Do they bite?
I know Madagascar ones hiss. Do they
Yeah.
bite?
I don't think so.
It just play on words though. Like you could get a.
Whatever. They'll outlive us all.
That's true. Yeah, they're not good fighters, but the hell can they survive?
Yep.
I've stepped on one that was still alive, and
Yeah.
then I had to eat it.
Yeah. That's
I
the rule.
choked to death. That's God's rule.
That's the rule.
If you don't kill
can't-
it first hit, you get to eat it.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta make that stomp matter.
all stomps matter.
Boy, do they do have a satisfying crunch when you get a good stomp on them.
Honestly, I fucking hate that. I hate the crunch. I hate it. Remember what Mike used to do? Remember I told you Fly Crusher?
Yeah, fly crusher.
Where he put the he'd get flies in between his blinds in the window, and he'd press his blinds up against the fly, and it would crunch it. Oh my god, he's a psychopath. So
Love you, Mike.
Next death. A bizarre death occurred at the Condor Club in November of 1983. This is in San Francisco. I think this is a strip club in San Francisco,
Okay.
and it's on the
The Condor Club.
the Condor Club. I believe it's on the Tenderloin too. It's in the Tenderloin, which is like the worst part of San Francisco. Just like a lot of drugs, but like
Okay, I didn't know that.
maybe like in the 80s it was still pretty bad, but probably more fun. Now it's just kind of sad.
I would say it was
scary.
worse in the 80s. I think everything was worse in the 80s.
No, true, but it was kind of like fun bad.
Okay.
You know, where like everyone was like
I know-
sharing
I know.
needles and loving it.
I know the 80s. I was conceived in them.
You know, everybody had cockroaches on their feet, running around shit butt and stuff.
Well, if you get enough cockroaches on your feet, you don't have to run around. They do the running
They
for
do
you.
it for you. It's
You
like
put your hands behind your back and you just kind of glide.
It's like at the airport, you know, where
Yeah.
you're just going.
Yeah.
So bouncer Jimmy Ferezzo and his girlfriend, exotic dancer Teresa Hill, decided after hours to have sexual intercourse on the famous white piano on which Carol Doda made her entrance. I don't know who Carol Doda is.
You won't make too many stains on that white
you don't
piano.
know. You don't know Carol Doda. She made her entrance on this fucking piano. So, when she made her entrance,
Gazpacho soup?
So when she made her entrance, the piano would lower down from the ceiling on cables, and while they were having sex on it, they accidentally hit the on switch, and the piano rapidly rose to the ceiling, trapping the couple. Frenzo was asphyxiated, which means he suffocated to death, while Hill survived, only because she was thinner than her companion.
Yeah.
So good thing old Jimmy Ferezzo was so fucking fat. I don't think he was fat. I think he was just like a big guy. And
It was like the opposite of him breaking her fall.
yeah, he saved her squeeze.
Yeah.
Saved
her squeeze.
Saved her squeeze.
Saved her squeeze.
That's pretty cool of him.
Yeah.
What a gentleman.
What a gentleman. I'm gonna fuck you on this piano. And then I'm gonna die up there on top of you, but you're gonna survive.
I'm gonna fuck you where Carol Doda made her entrance. You don't know her?
You're gonna be bigger than Doda, I swear to God.
I'm gonna be flatter than Doda. Watch
Mamada,
this.
you're gonna be bigger. You're gonna be bigger than
He's
a.
like the guy in the Beetlejuice waiting room who's all flat, got ran over by a truck. But
Yeah, I love Beetlejuice.
yeah, you haven't seen
Did you guys
it.
see Beetlejuice at
Shut up.
Disneyland?
We did not see Beetlejuice.
You sure?
No. we
Katie,
didn't.
did you guys see Beetlejuice at
Didn't.
Disneyland?
He wasn't there.
Katie, you just gonna shake your head? You're not gonna say anything?
She's quiet. Stop talking! Just kidding. So, next death. Mildred Bowman, 62, and Mildred Bowman, 62, and Alice Wardle, 68. These are a couple 6-year-old ladies. Were two sisters. Why do they have different last?
Wait, her name is Mildred, and she's 60? No way.
Yeah, and Alice.
That's
And-
young for a Mildred.
So they were two sisters, and they were killed in Benidorm, Spain, after becoming trapped for 4 days when their fold-up bed collapsed. They were trapped inside of a fold-out bed for 4 days.
Is that not easy to get? I feel like you just gotta do a push-up and you're out of that bitch.
Well, you got to remember they're 64 or 62 and 68, so they're not.
Well, how old is Arnold?
Are you comparing Mildred
Just
to
saying,
Arnold?
Arnold's like 70. He can do a push-up.
I don't think Mildred's ever done a push-up in her life.
don't discredit her. She might have.
And I don't even know if these are the beds that like fold up into the walls. So maybe they're just like upside down too.
You talking about one of those V-trap ones that snap up like that?
No, the ones that like you pull down from the wall. You go like that.
No, I know. I'm saying
Oh.
if it's not one of those, what else would it be?
I don't know.
They're
maybe-
like in the couch
I
sofa.
was thinking like they got folded up into the couch. But I'm also like a little bit sad to think that these two sisters sleep on a pull-out couch.
Was
Well,
it in their home or like a hotel?
I don't know. They're dead. I mean, what's sadder? I guess I don't know where they were, but
Dead men tell no tales.
I'm guessing they were in their home because after 4 days, like, yo, you guys gotta fucking. This is late checkout, like insanity.
Wait, what year was this? Sorry.
It doesn't say. I had it on there, and
If you had to guess.
This was probably. I think I went in order, so it's probably in the 80s as well. honestly.
They're just sharing a bottle of wine, sitting on the fold-out couch, watching Footloose, and that bitch just snapped up on them.
They're watching Golden Girls. Let's not kid ourselves. So yeah, what conversations do you think they had inside that bed?
Arthur B. Wait, what the fuck is that old lady's name?
Arthur B. Arthur
B.
Arthur B. Arthur B. Anthony.
Yeah, I was close. I was halfway there.
You were. Anyway, so let's jump to this next story. Here we go. Humberto.
I was working on set like a week ago, and a guy had one of those classic mechanic shirts.
Oh yeah.
And the name tag on it was Humberto, and he was
Oh.
like, "For the whole day, you have to call me Humberto."
That wasn't his real name.
No.
He got that at like a Goodwill.
Yeah.
Do you think this is his?
It could be.
Well, he's dead. So Humberto,
Oh, no.
Humberto Hernandez, a 24-year-old Oakland, California resident, was killed after being struck in the face by an airborne fire hydrant while
Oh
walking.
fuck yeah, that would kill you.
Yeah, that's so. A passing car had struck the fire hydrant, and the water pressure shot the fire hydrant at Hernandez with enough force to kill him. Literally, I could not
I feel
think
like
of
any
that.
force would kill you.
No, yeah, exactly. But like, I couldn't think of like a worse. That's really fucking bad.
I can think of worse ways. I'm sure that was
Oh,
very
yeah.
my and painless.
I guess, but I just mean like
He's like, "Was that dog piss?"
that's. Oh my god.
Sorry, not bad.
Don't say that about Humberto.
Humberto,
But damn, I mean, talk about fuck. That sucks. You ever like hit your knee on like a fire hydrant, and you're like, "Ooh, I couldn't figure it, taking this to the face at 100 miles per hour."
My knee's not that low.
Everyone's knees the same height. Stop. So next story. Isadora Duncan, a famous dancer from
What
the
is with everybody's names out
Dude,
of all these?
weird people's names die. No,
Name your kids real names.
No,
so
I got
they're gonna
some-
die in weird fucking ways.
I got some normal names at the end of this.
Alright.
So Isadora Duncan, a famous dancer from the 1800s, was hopping in the passenger seat of a Milcar CGSS for all of our car fans out
Our
there.
gearheads.
It literally just looks like a what's that movie with Leo?
Titanic. It looks like a giant boat. Aviator. It looks like a huge plane. Inception.
Gatsby.
It's a train going down New York.
Great Gatsby.
Oh, okay.
That's a book, not a movie, but
It
yeah.
was. a
But I'm
movie.
just doing the
Jay-Z did the soundtrack.
Okay, we need to stop. So, very similar to like what they drove in those. It was a convertible, and they were in it after a night out on the town. She was dressed to her nines, even wearing a long, flowing, hand-painted silk scarf created by the Russian-born artist Roman Chatov.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Roman.
Yeah, he's a great scarf maker. As she got into the car, she said farewell to all of her very affluent friends, and
Fuck me. My
God
bad.
damn it.
My bad. Yeah, Alec, that's you, buddy.
Anyway.
That was you, Alec.
So, like I said, as she was getting to say bye to her friends, she closed the car door, and but she didn't notice that her long scarf was not actually in the car, but draped over the door on the ground outside the vehicle. As the car started to speed off, her friends yelled for her to grab her scarf and bring it into the car. But it was too late as her scarf wrapped around the spoke of the tire, yeeting her
I was
out
about
of-
to say it sounds like she's about to get yeeted. I
wrote
was loading up my yeet.
She got yeeted her out instantly and broke her neck.
Oh, so it didn't just take her head off?
No. It
Full body yeet?
It snapped her neck, and then she probably got a little like just married, can drag.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
That's a little mean, right?
That was a bit much.
You're the one
was
who were gonna
good.
say the yeet thing too.
I wasn't gonna compare her to a tin can or a Pepsi can.
It's a beautiful tradition.
It's a
That's
beautiful
right.
tradition.
That's what I compared her to. Anyway, so yeah, Isadora. She was like pretty famous back in the 1800s.
I was thinking about the other day, when you're driving one of those just married things, dragging that can, is that just like a pardon on a DUI?
What does that mean? They're not beer cans.
No, but
They're bean cans or beans.
anyone leaving their own wedding is gonna be shithoused.
You don't get drunk at the fucking wedding.
Yeah, you do.
You
You go to
hop-
shitty weddings.
You hop in the car after you walk out of the church. Have you ever seen a movie?
I've never gone to a church wedding.
Okay, well, I don't go to many either, but that's what happens in all the movies. You walk out, everyone throws the rice.
And they leave?
no,
and they don't come back?
No, I'm not
What?
gonna. Okay,
They're like, we're just gonna have the dinner without them. Fuck them.
There's the reception,
Yeah.
and then there's what's after the reception.
Cocktail hours before the reception.
I'm not talking about cocktail hour. I don't know.
Katie is
I don't need.
worthless.
I don't need this. So I'm just saying they went over to the dinner place afterward. You bring the can card to the dinner place.
Oh, okay.
You
I'm
know
always
what I
just
mean?
used to it being the same location.
Okay,
So
well-
it's like after the wedding they leave.
Well, no one drives the can car anyway, anymore.
What? What's the point?
When's the last time you saw somebody drive away with cans on their car?
Last summer?
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I guess I don't have old school friends.
Shout out to the Neils.
Shout out Isadora. Was she wearing a long scarf?
No. This was a hot summer wedding.
Oh, okay. So next death. I have three more, and they're pretty quick.
Okay.
So Erica Marshall, a 28-year-old British veterinarian in Ocala, Florida, died when the horse she was treating in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber kicked the wall, releasing a spark from its horseshoe and triggering an explosion.
That's a badass horse.
That's like some Final Destination shit.
Yeah.
But if you're like in a hyperbaric chamber with a horse, I was like,
She was in the chamber, not outside of it.
she was probably outside of it.
I'm gonna guess
I don't
that
think you
whole
could
thing
be in a
went up.
hyperbaric chamber, but maybe she had to like calm. Is that bad if you're in a hyperbaric chamber, but if you're not like sick or suffering from the bends?
I'm gonna drop something real quick.
I don't know why that horse was in there.
I'm gonna drop this one real quick. What is what is this chamber you're speaking? I
So
don't even know what the fuck it is.
I think it's a.
In my image, that there was a horse and its head was sticking out, and there's some pressure going on,
you're
and
thinking
she's
of a
petting
polio machine.
and she's petting the horse, and the horse decides to kick, and the whole thing blows.
So-
Shrapnel's everywhere.
It says hyperbaric medicine is a medical treatment in which an ambient pressure greater than sea level atmospheric pressure is a necessary component. So what I've heard, I know it's used for
What
like
Goku trained in?
I know it's used for people for like if they are coming up from like a submarine. I don't get your Dragon Ball Z reference, but it's like it's so you don't get like the bends, because the bends
Okay.
is when nitrogen forms in your blood, and then it like could kill you if it goes to your heart, but it like really fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So I think it's like they're depressurizing this horse because he's a submarine horse.
Oh yeah, it's a submarine horse. They keep them on there.
So we gotta.
They can talk to the seahorses.
Oh my god.
Did I just fucking rip you there?
Oh, I have a typo. The seahorse kicked the wall.
Oh, with its hooves, because they put hooves on the 1-inch seahorse.
It's Frankenstein's seahorse monster.
Okay,
Yes.
head of
But-
a seahorse, body of a horse.
So it dies instantly unless its head's
Legs
in
of a
water.
man.
So, and the males carry the babies. So yeah, that sucks. That I like to think she was in there calming the horse. You know,
Yeah,
when it kicked.
that's a
Maybe
mistake.
she wasn't calming the horse. That's why it fucking kicked.
Yeah.
But should have taken those horseshoes off. So I got two more deaths right here. Rebecca Berger. So Rebecca Berger, age 33, a fitness blogger and model, died after a pressurized canister of whipped cream exploded and struck her in the chest. It's a
I
very...
kind of remember seeing that headline.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It's kind of like a similar to a more fun fire hydrant to the face.
Yeah,
She died doing what she loved.
that's for sure.
But that's crazy to think that like a whipped cream can just smack you right in the chest. And
That right there was God saying, "I gave you the last name Burger, and you want to be a fitness blogger? Come on."
you don't want to eat my whipped cream?
Yeah,
My whipped cream's gonna eat you.
yeah.
But-
I'm gonna yeet this whipped cream at you.
Yo, but that's like, it's kind of sad. I mean,
It is sad. Everything we talk about is sad. I don't have to point that out.
yeah, but it's sadder because she was beautiful. That's what I feel like a lot of these news stories like do.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, look at this beautiful young girl died. And they're like, this old piece of shit. He's dead. And you're like, oh, well, they're both humans. You're like, yeah, he was ugly, though. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, cool.
He lived a full life and impacted a lot of people. Who gives a shit about him?
Like, he went feet first into a wood chipper, and she passed away in her sleep. They're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So, here's my last one, which I thought was probably going to be your favorite, David. And
I'm excited because I've loved all of them.
I don't know why I thought this was your favorite, but I put this one last. So
Did you put the title David's favorite?
no,
Okay.
no. So 13-year-old William Snyder
Already good.
was at a circus in San Francisco in 1854. So it's an old circus.
Oh, yeah. Those are the better circuses.
Yes, 100%. When a friendly clown decided to swing him around by the heels.
Yeah.
You know, like clowns do.
I'm sorry, by the heels, not the ankles. He was holding on to the heels with like his thumb and index with the pinky out.
No one had ankles back then. It was all heel. Okay, big heel people. The fun thing about this clown, though, was that he also had piss poor grip and dropped the kid on his head, causing a pulmonary rupture, killing him instantly.
Was that the spawn of the fear of clowns?
I don't know, but his heart just like bursts. I don't know why dropping him on his head would make his heart burst, but like,
And the clown was like, "That's not even my final trick."
watch me tie him up into a dog. But like, I just thought it was like the most terrible. I just trying to picture like the clown dropping the kid and being like, "Hey, you gotta get up, man. I'm gonna lose this clown job."
Yeah, oh fuck. He just walks away, lights up a cigarette, rips off his little squeaker nose, takes off the big old shoes.
He wipes off his smile and turns it into a frown. But I just thought it was so crazy. Like, I want to see everything that transpired from him walking up to the clown and being like, "You like being tossed around by your ankles?" And be like, "Yeah, no, my heels actually."
Yeah,
He's
not
like,
really.
"Give me these heels." Maybe he's wearing high heels.
He's like, "I'm not really into this, but okay."
He's like, "Grab me by my pumps." Starts
Pinch me
flipping
by my wheelies, you bitch. Do it.
You fucking.
You can let go. I'm gonna land on these wheelies.
You ever been yeeted by a clown?
You ever been yeeted by a clown so hard your heart explodes? Because if not, you haven't lived in the 40s, bitch.
This is the 50s.
50s, bitch.
But this is the 1850s.
Exactly. That's the 50s
This
plus.
is when clown yeeting was legal.
Yeah, they lived above the law.
So, I mean, that's really sad for William Snyder, but I can't even pick up a 13-year-old by, like, I'm not even tried. Just saying, they're
That's a
too,
big clown. What is it, 13-year-old?
yeah, 13-year-olds are too big to be yeeting by the
Back then,
by the
13-year-olds were much
ankles.
smaller. They didn't have Fortnite to grow.
They all had polio.
They weren't doing the floss dance and stretching their limbs out with velocity.
So, yeah, so he's dead. Everyone on here is dead.
Without a healthy dose of TikTok, you don't grow big.
That's true. And the clown's dead, too, so that's good.
Yeah.
They never found out if the clown got
Are you
arrested.
sure he's dead? I mean,
No.
he could still be alive.
Do you think
A heart for a heart.
Do you think he lives forever because he just kills 13-year-olds?
Yeah, he's forever 13.
He's like Pennywise.
yeah, forever
Honestly,
13.
they should put this in the new It movie.
That'd be great.
Hey, you guys take our notes. If anybody involved in that production is listening to this,
Kill Adam Scott by yeeting him by his heels.
Adam Scott's not in that movie.
He's not? I thought he
Bill
was.
Hader is.
Oh, I was mixing Adam Scott up with
McAvoy?
Yeah, McAvoy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, those are my stories. Those are my Baker's 11 death stories.
Your Baker's mistake.
Finished with Baker's mistake. Finished with the clown. So it's always fun when you end with a clown.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I have many yeets in my story.
no,
We could probably try to work one in,
No
but
yeet?
we were really high on the yeets tonight.
Why do we even start this podcast if you're not going to bring a yeet to the table?
Okay, we can work one in. So today I want to talk about the life and death of one of my favorite musicians, as I kind of told you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Tyrone Jones was born November 15th, 1968. So now that I got his birth name out, you want to take a guess on who I'm talking about?
I was gonna say I do not know anybody named Russell Tyrone Jones. Is that?
You want to take a guess at who it is?
I am gonna take a guess that is because of your shirt, which is Old Dirty Bastard, right?
It is
there.
Old Dirty Bastard. I figured if I was going to do a story about Old Dirty Bastard, I'd throw on my ODB shirt.
I literally just looked down and I was like, I wonder what Old Dirty Bastard's name. Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
Yep. So Old Dirty Bastard, also known as... You're gonna have fun with this one. Now,
Dirt McGirt.
Do you know about all of his nicknames?
He's Dirt McGirt.
Hold on.
He's the drunken master.
Let me do my list.
Sorry.
So ODB was also known, or Old Dirty Bastard was also known as Unique Ason, Joe Bananas.
I did not know that. I didn't know the first one either.
Really, you didn't know Unique Ason? He says it in a lot of songs.
Oh, does he?
Dirt McGirt, like you said. Dirt Dog, classic. Osiris. Big Baby Jesus.
To be completely fair, I know a song he says that in anyway. But like to be completely fair, I can't understand most of what Old Dirty Bastard's saying. So if, like,
Come on. This one's my personal favorite, which is the Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant. And of course ODB. But who was ODB? He was one of 9 members of the New York rap group, the Wu Tang Clan.
ain't nothing to fuck with.
That is very true, and they bring the ruckus. This group, of course, still making music, consists of the RZA, the Jizza, Inspector Deck,
Raekwon
Master
the Chef.
Killer, You God, Ghostface Killer, Raekwon the Chef, and Method Man. And after the death of ODB, the artist Capadonna was named a Wu-Tang member, but I don't
even know who Capadonna is.
I never consider him a Wu-Tang member
See,
because I kind of think he sucks.
I
but-
always say the members in the order that they say it. What
In
song
the
is
song,
that?
yeah.
Like the RZA, the Jizza, Inspector Deck,
no,
Raekwon
Old
the-
Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since I went on different ones.
Meth Man.
Yeah. For people who are unaware of the Wu-Tang Clan, you guys really need to go and listen to the 1993 debut album Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, which I would personally consider one of the most important and influential albums in the history of rap and hip hop.
Their whole concept was pretty interesting from
Yeah.
the get-go. I know this is kind of weird because it doesn't seem like a Camp Strange story, but ODB was very strange.
That dude was insane.
So if you guys don't know who
I'm
this-
getting into
no,
it.
No, I'm not gonna go into
Okay.
it, but I'm saying if you guys really want to understand who this dude is, go listen to a song. He's like somebody who was not supposed to be a rapper, if that makes any sense.
He's the most unique artist in the rap industry ever.
Yeah.
He was one of his own, that's for damn sure.
Did some crazy ass shit too.
Yeah. So the RZA, who was widely considered the leader of the group, being the producer and the mind behind much of the music, the group adopted their name from the film Shaolin and the Wu-Tang, a 1983 martial arts film from Hong Kong.
That's why all of their songs start with like, do you match my
sample-
Wu-Tang style? Yeah, they have
They
a lot
sample
of
a lot of these old kung fu movies. The group would eventually develop a backronym, which is a new term I've never heard of before.
I don't even know what that is.
So I think a backronym is kind of like when you make an acronym after you established a name.
Oh, okay.
And so, for example, some of their bacronyms were, we usually take all word I cannot say, garments.
Garments, like clothes.
Yes.
Clothing.
Do you see what I'm, so it's WUT, like it spells Wu-Tang. We usually take all word I can't say.
Oh,
Garments.
I see. Okay.
Um,
It's kind of like the. That is never mind.
Okay. And another one was witty, unpredictable talent and natural game, and wisdom of the universe and the truth of Allah for the nation of the gods.
So did they come up with these, or did fans come up with these?
They came up with them. They're in a lot of their songs. Like
Okay.
in 36 Chambers, they say that we usually take all people's garments.
Okay, I was gonna say it was kind of like Odd Future, but like they did it the opposite way. Their acronym was like Odd Future, Wolfgang, Kill Them All, something, and they had like one that didn't even make sense, but
They established
Wu-Tang
that
made
at the
sense, and they
beginning.
built it in the back. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
So Old Dirty Bastard got his rap name from the 1980 martial arts film.
Drunken Master.
No.
No?
Old Dirty and the Bastard was the name of the movie.
Okay.
And to quote his own words, he also added that he goes by the name because there is no father to his style, which could not be more true.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna get into this, but like, are you gonna talk about the drunken master form of?
No.
Oh, okay. So, I heard that this is also like a part of his name that like there's a form of, I'm gonna get this wrong. It might be kung fu, but it's called drunken master.
Well, kung fu is not a real thing. Kung fu is just a general term used for like martial arts films in America.
Okay.
So kung fu is not a form of martial arts at all.
Okay.
At least last time I remember hearing that once when I was younger, and I just kind of stuck with it. I've never really researched that, but I'm pretty positive there's no actual style of fighting called kung fu.
Okay, so there's a style of fighting somewhere called, and maybe one of the subgenres called drunken master.
Yeah,
and it's kind of
I remember playing video games that had the drunken master fighter.
It was kind of like a swaying back and forth,
a stumbling fluid motion.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that was like so you would fight sober like that, and it would like be unpredictable. It's almost like it's almost like an Eddie Gordo capoeira type thing, but with less breakdancing.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like swaying back and forth. And like it's kind of interesting. I don't know.
But if you were to dance in a form that represented the way that he made music, it would look like a drunken
exactly.
fighter.
Yeah. I mean, the way he rapped and sang, and it sounds insane.
Yeah. So ODB was well known for his incredible, unique style of delivering his verses, where he would just start singing in a guttural style at any moment, out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. So I found a quote that said, talking about his style of music, it was outrageously profound, free associative rhymes delivered in distinctive half-rapped, half-sung style.
I completely agree with that because he has a song where he says, "For any MC in any 52 states, I go psycho. Kill him, haha, Norman Bates." There are not 52, but there's not 52 states. For any MC in any 52 states. And so he just like kind of said whatever he wanted to, and people were like, that's not a thing. And he's like, I don't care. It's kind of like when I think E40 or somebody said, I'd lean like the
like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that's what he said. I lean like the Eiffel Tower.
But he meant
it's
the
Tower
of
Pisa.
Pisa.
Yeah. Does it have to make sense?
No. So Russell came into the rap scene with family on each side, being his cousins Robert Diggs, also known as the RZA, and Gary Grice, also known as the Jizza, the Genius.
They were cousins.
Yep, they were related. These three cousins would spend their days watching old kung fu movies and making rap music. They formed a group named Force of the Imperial Master, which then became All Together Now after their successful underground single by the same name, All Together Now. It was after the success they decided that they wanted to expand, adding 6 more members to their now changed name, the Wu Tang Clan.
You know what I just think is really funny? I always think about this. You know how like the hardest like dudes in like at your school, or like the hardest New York dudes who are like maybe in gangs or whatever, those are the same dudes that watch Dragon Ball Z that watch kung fu movies. This was them watching kung fu movies was, you know, Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just like the guys you don't expect to watch anime or these Dragon Ball Z shows, they're just like, they're obsessed with them. And you're like, you watch Dragon Ball Z? And they're like, yeah, I love it. And you're like, what the fuck?
So as it always happens, groups of musicians like this usually decide to try their hand at a solo career. It works for some people. Yeah, and look at NSYNC. Good job, Justin.
JT.
Yeah. Great job. Lance almost went to space, I guess.
That's true.
And in 1995, ODB's first solo album, 36 Chambers, the Dirty Version, was released featuring hit singles Brooklyn Zoo and Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
That is the best one.
Both those songs are incredible. I actually, after writing this, I listened to the album all the way through, and I was like, God, this album is so just
it's raw. It's
insane. And he has like weird skits about getting gonorrhea twice by the same lady.
I get burnt.
The intro.
I got burnt once, but it was only gonorrhea. Yeah.
The intro, he talks about he says that he got gonorrhea twice from a lady and he had to kill her, and the album was dedicated to her. And that was the 4-minute intro leading into Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
Oh, if you guys don't, his most popular song, I believe, is Hey Dirty Baby, I Got Your Money.
With Mariah Carey.
That's Mariah Carey?
Pretty sure.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like Mariah Carey.
No, who is that? I know
Marie Curie.
Yeah, he had one song with Mariah Carey.
But I mean, Shimmy Shimmy Ya was with Busta Rhymes. That song's really good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, shimmy, shimmy. Oh, you're right. What's the one with Busta Rhymes? It doesn't matter. You're right.
He did
Sorry.
Fantasy with Mariah Carey.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the one with Busta Rhymes, but yeah. I like shimmy, shimmy.
If any, actually, you know what? I think that was a Busta Rhymes song featuring ODB. I'm not positive.
I don't know. I can't remember.
So, with his new solo fame and personality that could not be ignored, MTV made a little biography about him.
Biography?
Isn't that what you call when it's a film?
It's a biography.
But if it's a film, isn't it a biography?
Biopic?
Who gives a shit? So they made a biography to make you happy following ODB. And in this, he took 2 of his 7 children
Yep, I know about this.
in a limo to the New York State Welfare Office to cash in a $375 welfare check and receive his food stamps.
Yep.
That really shows his personality of just being like really wild and out there.
What was his quote? He's like, "Hey, money's money," or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
I gotta get my money, but he was already making like,
Well,
I don't
so-
know millions, but thousands.
No, so what I think I saw was this was like pretty close to when his album came out. So it wasn't before he got paid, but I believe what I saw is he made $45,000 in advance on his album.
Okay.
And it was before his taxes were done, so like the government didn't know technically, so he could still collect his welfare.
Oh.
And after that aired, he didn't get welfare after that aired.
Well, did he just have 7 kids, or did he have more than 7 kids?
I believe he legitimately only had 7, but we
don't know.
People think he had like a lot of
Which
children.
is interesting because he was like, I don't want to be mean, but he was like not a conventionally attractive guy, and he had like a big old.
I didn't think he was that bad. He
No,
was,
no,
he was
but
definitely out there.
But he had
was
like a big
celebrity.
old. But he had like a big old pot belly, and he was like kind of gross and like.
Well,
you
not
know,
early in his career.
Oh, maybe not. But
Yeah.
like, it just kudos.
Yeah,
Just shows you what success can do. You guys want to get successful, you could have as many kids as you want.
yeah. So just to put a different perspective on ODB after that whole kind of flaunting, taking his kids, 2 of his 7 children in a limo to get welfare.
Stunting on the limo.
In February, sorry, I didn't add the actual date. In February of 1998, ODB witnessed a car accident from his window of his studio in Brooklyn.
This is the quote, right?
No, this leads up to the quote.
Okay.
Same day of the quote. So ODB and his friend ran to the scene, and he organized about a dozen onlookers to help him lift the 1996 Mustang, rescuing a 4-year-old girl from the wreckage. The girl, suffering second-degree burns, had to be taken to the hospital, obviously.
Oh, man.
But ODB would visit the girl in the hospital for like a long extended time under a fake name until he was spotted and it was reported by the media. So like,
so he didn't want people to know about it. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't doing it for like the good
exactly,
press.
he didn't want people to know about it.
Yeah.
He saved this little girl's life.
It's a Keanu move.
Exactly. So the night of this accident, actually, one of the most notorious moments of ODB's career took place. ODB unexpectedly rushed the stage as Sean Colvin took the stage to give her accepted speech for the Song of the Year at the 1998 Grammy Awards. ODB announced to the group and television viewers, like everybody watching the event, that he had bought expensive clothes in anticipation of winning the award for Best Rap Album, which unfortunately went to Puff Daddy that year.
I knew it was, and he sucked. I'm sorry, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like P Diddy at all.
I've never understood why people like P. Diddy. He's not a good artist.
He just attaches himself to good artists.
Exactly. So as ODB took the stage, he said, "Please calm down, the music and everything. It's nice that I went out and bought me an outfit today that costed a lot of money today. You know what I mean? 'Cause I figured that Wu Tang was going to win. I don't know how y'all see it, but when I see it, it comes to the children. Wu Tang is for the children. We teach the children. You know what I mean? Puffy is good, but Wu Tang is the best, okay?
Oh.
I want you all to know that this is ODB and I love you all. Peace."
That's pretty cool.
And go watch the video because it's hilarious.
That's the
and-
first That's the first Kanye. I mean, that was even before Suge Knight, right? Remember when Suge Knight was like West Coast
Yeah.
at the BET Awards or whatever?
Yeah, but so go watch the video because not only is it just like a great like what the hell is going on moment, but what was her name? Sean Colvin. Her reaction to it all is just great. She's just kind of like, what is happening right now? It's way better than what Taylor Swift was doing. Like, oh my god, it's great.
Yeah, Kanye doesn't have anything on ODB when it comes to rushing the stage, at least.
No.
You know?
I mean, did you see that outfit?
Well, ODB's?
Yeah.
I mean, Kanye did have some swirls in his hair, though.
If I have to remember, I think ODB was wearing an all white tux.
Oh, jeez.
But I can't remember. I didn't actually. I should have watched the video before doing this, but yeah. So this moment was highly covered by the media, and the quote "Wu Tang is for the children" is still a well-known quote. I mean, like maybe a few years ago, like it was spray painted on a wall in Portland when I was living there.
Yeah.
Like people still love to say "Wu Tang is for the children."
Mm-hmm.
So throughout all ODB's fame, there were some dark moments for Jones. In 1993, ODB was convicted of second-degree assault for attempted robbery. And in 1994, he was shot in the abdomen following an argument with another rapper.
Oh my god! Well, who was the other rapper?
Didn't say.
Okay, but he was robbing people when he was already successful.
So 1993 would have been the same year 36 Chambers came out.
Oh, so this was like before he got like he was still just like
Yeah, still trying to make the music.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, he wasn't even trying to make music. I feel like they just like grabbed him and threw him in. He's just like,
oh no, he was all
sure.
about the music.
True, but like I feel like if he didn't have cousins who were there to like guide him, he probably was like, I'm not really thinking about it, right? And then he just kind of
who
like,
knows?
they're like, you have a knack for it, you know?
That would be a question for him. In 1997, he was arrested for failure to pay child support for 3 of his 7 children.
No.
That was probably a bad worded
He
thing.
took
I
them
don't
on
know.
a limo ride. What else do they want?
I don't know if he had 7 children at that point, but yeah, it was for 3 of his children.
No.
In 1998, he pled guilty to attempted assault on his wife and was a victim of a home invasion robbery at his girlfriend's house.
ODB.
Not his wife, but his girlfriend's house.
Oh, okay, okay.
And he was shot in the back and the arm. It was one of the ones when they were like trying to kick down the door and he like blocked it, and I think he got shot like through the door.
Oh my god! So you got shot 3 times?
Yeah.
Good
but
God.
these wounds were not fatal. Days after being shot, he was arrested for shoplifting a pair of $50 shoes from a sneaker stadium store in Virginia Beach, Virginia, even though he was carrying $500 on him at the time.
That's what I don't think that's what people understand is that like ODB didn't do it for the money. Like
he didn't really
he just
care.
liked the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, he's an outlaw. He's a drunken master. You know.
Yeah. So weeks after this, he was arrested for criminally threatening acts.
Take out the part where where he assaulted people, and then it's all fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, he was weeks later he was arrested for criminal threatening after a series of confrontations in Los Angeles. And then he was rearrested for similar charges not long after that.
How does he make another album at this point?
I mean, this is all in between like making albums and stuff.
Jesus.
And like, holy shit, 1998 was a wild year for him. So about that strange case in LA, on January 14th, so it was like at the beginning of the next month, 1999, a few days before the unjustly death of Amadou Diallo, a 23-year-old immigrant from Guinea who was shot and killed by plainclothes officers in New York after he was wrongfully identified as a rape suspect. The police shot at the unarmed Diallo 41 times, hitting him, I believe, 19 out of the 41 times.
Oh my god.
All 4 officers were charged with second-degree murder. But that's a little side note. So this is a few days before that happened.
Jesus Christ.
So back to ODB. A few days before all that, horrible shit happened, 2 officers from the Street Crimes Unit fired 8 shots at ODB, accusing him of firing at them as they stopped his car.
Oh my god.
ODB was cleared by the grand jury and insisted that the officers mistook his cell phone for a gun. No weapons or shell casings aside from the ones belonging to the officers were found in the vehicle or near the scene of the crime.
This shit's been going on for a while.
Yeah. Well,
Jesus.
this might be a little deeper than we think, though.
Okay, keep going.
I'll get to that at the end. On February 1999, he was arrested for driving without a license and for being a convicted felon wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yes, you mentioned this before.
At the time, it was illegal for felons to own any form of body armor.
That's kind of fucked up a little bit.
But I mean, owning a bulletproof vest is kind of like, hey, someone's going to shoot at me, so like it's kind of like I'm going to rob a bank and I might get shot at kind of thing. So I can see how they would make that a law.
True, but if you're also a felon, like you've been around criminals,
Exactly.
you might have flipped on them, you might have
Kind of a
pissed some
50-50
people off.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So like it's for protection. Like you can't shoot anybody with a bulletproof vest, but it just insinuates that you also have a gun. You know what I mean?
It's a law to protect the like civilians over felons, basically. Like
yeah,
they don't care if a felon gets killed over a felon with a bulletproof vest trying to rob a bank.
true. Now it's a fashion statement, you know?
Oh my god, I don't get that. I don't.
Expensive.
They don't look comfortable.
No, they don't.
So weeks later in New York, he was arrested for drug possession of crack cocaine and traffic offenses. ODB was also in possession of marijuana at the time, and it was 20 vials of crack.
Oh my god.
So I mean, it's safe to assume
That's
that
intent
that was
to sell?
You would think so, but they're also kind of like, this is ODB. He's doing all 20 vials.
Kind of true, probably.
And October 2000, ODB escaped from his court-mandated drug treatment facility and spent a whole month as a fugitive on the run. Do you know about that?
No, to be completely honest, I didn't know he was alive in 2000.
Yeah. So during this time on the run, he met up with his cousin, the RZA, where they spent time recording new music. He also then appeared on stage at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, drinking booze straight out of the bottle on stage for the release party for the third Wu Tang album, The W. So he's got he's a fugitive.
He's got cops after him.
He's a fucking fugitive, and he's at a release party for his rap group's album, just like chugging.
But to be fair, this was before social media.
True.
So like everybody in there, the only people that are gonna snitch are security.
Yeah,
And they better not.
exactly.
You get jumped.
You like your job.
Yeah.
So eventually, ODB would be arrested outside a South Philly McDonald's.
See, he got out of that situation. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So he got arrested outside of a South Philly McDonald's after he drew attention from a swarm of fans asking for autographs. He was then sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison, and this would be the last time ODB was arrested.
No.
So I believe he got out in 2003, but I'm not positive. On November 13th, 2000, at 4:35 p.m., Old Dirty Bastard collapsed in his cousin the RZA's studio 2 days before his 36th birthday.
Wait. This was in 2000 or 2003?
He died in 2004.
So,
I think he got out 2003.
I think you said 2000, so I wasn't sure. So he served his time.
Yeah, and got out.
And then he was 36 recording in the
He was 2 days away from his 36th birthday, which is a very what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very
coincidental. Like 36 chambers is like it's a monumental number to them. Like,
yeah, it's a very big number for like their life. What's 36? And so the official cause of death was drug overdose.
Oh no.
His autopsy found a lethal mixture of cocaine and a prescription drug, Tramandol.
I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, I don't know. The overdose was ruled accidental, and witnesses say Old Dirty Bastard was complaining about chest pains on the day that he died.
Did he have like a pulmonary rupture?
I don't know.
Heart attack, it seems like, right?
From what I'm aware, there's a lot of very like loose ends on a lot of it, and many believe that
I
ODB.
never knew how he died. I never knew.
Yeah, many believe that ODB was killed by the government, and they'd been trying to kill him for years. Hence the whole like shootout thing.
Interesting.
And
why him though?
So after all that, there was a huge FBI thing released that they were like following him and a lot of the members. They tried to think that he was related to Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac's killings.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole crazy thing that the FBI thought that
Well,
that with the Wu Tang community, that the more dirty deeds you did, like you'd get record deals, and so like if you went and killed people, then they would help you make a record kind of thing.
so it was kind of like you're saying that they most likely killed them so they would not glorify this lifestyle or like make other people want to kill to be a part of Wu-Tang or something like that.
Well, they also
along those lines.
they also believe that they were a part of a lot of crime organization like racketeering and shit like that.
I mean, to be fair, ODB kind of was, regardless of the rest of Wu-Tang. He was still kind of living the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is like, seems like who he was. But what I was also going to say is that I live like 4 blocks away from where Biggie was shot. Mm-hmm. You know, like Wilshire, Fairfax.
Yeah.
That's where he was shot. He was leaving
Through the door.
He was at the Peterson Automotive Museum, which if you've ever been to LA, it's right next to the La Brea Tar Pits. It's a big red building. And they were throwing a Bad Boy release party there with P. Diddy. And he was leaving, and he got to the intersection of Wilshire and Fairfax, and some guys just pulled up on the side of him and unloaded on him. And
No, Biggie didn't die in a car.
he got shot in a car.
No, he didn't. He didn't die in the car. He got shot through a house door. Someone rang the doorbell and he got shot through the door.
What?
Yeah, with a shotgun.
Wait, then
He might have gotten shot there, but he didn't die there. I'm almost positive he got shot through a door.
well, now we're gonna have
To pause the podcast
yeah,
real quick.
pause
and
it for a
research this.
second.
All right, I was wrong. I guess what I read was about something else. I guess maybe he did get shot through a car door.
Yeah, it says he got 4 shots were fired. 1 was fatal. So
I wonder who I'm thinking of. They got shot through a house door when someone knocked on it.
if you got George Harrison, no.
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 Whatever.
If you guys know who got shot with a shotgun through a door, who's a maybe musician or rapper,
Yeah.
then let us know. Send us a message.
This whole time I thought that's how he died.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, right up the street. It's crazy.
All right.
So nuts.
So, mourning his death of ODB, the RZA wrote this in his 2009 book, The Tao of the Wu, or Tao of Wu. Trust me, the man who became ODB, a son unique, my cousin, he was a scientist, a minor prophet. People may not know this from the outrageous character he played, but ODB was a visionary. But he decayed. He lost that vision. From the time they put him in jail to all the drugs he was doing to all the stress he went through with his family, it took away his ability to see. And this night, he sat there and looked me in the eyes and said, RZA, I don't understand. Now I know right there, right when he said that, we lost him. 8 hours later, ODB was gone.
Oh wow. It's pretty nuts. It's it's because he seems like from his music, like the way I feel like if you can like rap or, put together a rhyme or something like that, like you have to be somewhat intelligent, and his style made him seem like he was like a dumb guy or like a drunk guy or like a crazy guy. But I feel like he was
a genius.
He was intelligent. But
You look at all the rap music today and everybody goes, it's all that. It sounds like the Migos shit where it all sounds exactly the same. But ODB, it's like the second he was on a song, you knew exactly who he was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to knock any present day rappers or whatever, but like I don't know, he seemed pretty smart. But also I didn't know him, so yeah. I'm trusting RZA's word on this one, and I'm a fan.
As a musician, I mean, having uniqueness in your music speaks in volumes, I feel, and he was very original and he was definitely himself. There's nothing else to it.
Shame on It is like one of my favorite rap songs ever.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I love that song.
That whole, I'm telling you, 36 Chambers, one of the greatest albums ever.
I still love Method Man. I think Method Man's great.
Yeah. I got to work with the RZA once.
Oh, really?
He's a lot taller than I thought.
I feel like he was always like really tall.
Yeah, he's tall and lanky.
I picture him as tall always.
He was friendly, but I spoke like 3 words to him. So
I'm like, "How are you?" He's like, "Get the fuck out of my way."
Does RZA want water?
RZA thirsty.
RZA water? Master water here.
So, what is that the
Yep.
trilogy of the Dirty B?
I mean, we could probably do a whole nother episode of like the insane stories about him and around him, but that was more of his crime episode and like who he was.
Yeah, he was a very unique individual overall, and I have to say,
I actually had that book.
which book?
The one that the quote from the RZA came from. I
Oh,
have it
really?
somewhere around here.
Oh, wow.
Or at least back home, but it told some wild stories of like that scene in the Straight Outta Compton NWA movie
Yeah.
when they're like in the hotel with all the girls and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's some like insane stories of like that level of like them in hotel rooms with like tons of women.
That's
and,
what
like,
I was saying too. Is that like ODB is not the best looking guy, especially not the best looking guy in Wu Tang Clan, but like
who is the hottest Wu Tang member?
probably Method Man.
Method Man. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy. But like he's charismatic.
Yeah.
He seems pretty funny. He seems like unique. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like you don't need all those looks. You know, you gotta make your own path. And
Yeah.
ODB made his own path and he got 7 kids or more out of it. You know.
Well, you know,
So-
one of his children goes by the rap artist named Young Dirty Bastard.
That's right. I've seen that before.
And he toured with the Wu Tang and did all of his dad's like verses and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he looks a lot like him.
I don't know if anybody could ever match that. I mean,
No,
that
no one could.
voice, that style. It's
Yeah.
like you could try, but
Yeah.
he's really one of a kind.
Yep.
You got to do about like 21 vials of whatever he had in his pocket.
Yeah.
So. But I think that concludes our episode for today. So
Oh.
I just want to say, what you say? Well, what? Well, did you have something else to say?
No.
Oh,
Just saying. Well, that's it.
yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We love when you do, and we love telling you these stories. If you guys want some more information, go to campstrange.com and maybe click the contact tab. Send us one of your spooky stories, some of your weird stories, or go to campstrange podcast at gmail.com and send us stories or comments or questions, and we'll always respond, and we're here for you guys, and we hope you're here for us. And always make sure to rate, review, and subscribe, because if you are here for us, review would be amazing. We
Even
really
make
love 'em.
another account and review it.
Review it.
I bet you won't. Do
we
it.
need it. We need it.
Do it.
So, thank you guys for doing that. Go check out Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All the hyperlinks are on our website, and we post the most on Instagram. But hopefully, we will be starting to post more stuff on Facebook and possibly Twitter. And David probably has some good Photoshops coming for us pretty soon, right?
Yep. Well, I mean, while we're recording this one, I realize I haven't done one for last week, but I have an idea.
You're right. Okay.
I need to find the exact quote, but I know what I'm gonna make.
I want a nice, like, rooster with a knife, if that's possible.
I can do that.
Okay, we need that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but we also got like merch. If you guys want merch,
Yeah.
I'm rocking he's rocking an ODB shirt. I'm
Yeah.
rocking a Camp Strange shirt right now, and this thing is breathable, soft. I've gotten a couple people, at least 3 people today told me they liked my shirt.
Oh, today. Ooh.
Just today, they said, "Hey, I like that shirt." And I go,
Yeah.
"Thank you." And then I always have the thing of being like, "I have a podcast." And
I always
someone's
just say it's my friend's podcast.
I know, but I'm like nervous if they click it and they see your name's on this, and I'm like, I'm caught in a lie. So I always go, "Oh, it's me and my buddy's podcast." And they go, "Whoa!" And I go, "We are idiots. Don't listen to us." So, and you guys already made that mistake. So sorry, but we have mugs and we have shirts. So go check those out. And David, what else? What else do we have?
We got pepperoni made from elk.
Pepperoni made from elk. We have tuba full of tuna.
We have Lindsay Lohan's health records.
We have a CD of your dad trying to fix a tire.
Oof. We have
What is that?
we have a whole trunk door, just the trunk off of a 1982 Chevrolet.
We have a doll head that I talk to in my sleep, and it tells me I'm special. I'm special. I'm better than all the other boys.
We have shoes that are made out of carpet.
We have carpet made out of shoes.
Oh, come on.
I had
the easy way out.
to do it. I had to do it.
We got bubble gum loaded with the glass.
We have a dead chinchilla.
It's better than a live chinchilla. We've got a tube that's full of marbles, and when you turn it upside down, it doesn't sound like a rain stick. It sounds like shit.
We have glue that kills you when you smell it.
We have
Your face when I said that, you're like, what the fuck did you just say?
we have stencils of Oscar Isaac.
Blue cheese. We have blue cheese.
That's it.
We have blue cheese. We have a lot of blue cheese. I got to get this blue cheese out of my hands.
Okay, we got dead skin from your uncle's elbow.
We Okay, let's stop there. We can't. We have dead skin from your dead uncle's elbow.
Extra crispy.
Okay, so thank you guys. Get out of here while you can. We're sorry we kept you this long. And David, anything to say?
No, this episode's too long. End it.
Okay, don't forget to stay strange.